Good morning, everybody. Actually, it's probably closer to afternoon. I just finished a hot yoga class and I have some exciting news for you. So I wanted to do a little video about job progression and where I started as a nurse and where I am right now. Again, you all know that I have my doctorate in nursing. I just finished it, thankfully, during the pandemic. So I was able to make this jump in my career. And I want to get right to it because I hate it when there's long intros to videos. So I started out right out of nursing school with my RN and my associate's degree in the NICU. I knew that I wanted to do some sort of pediatric neonatal nursing. At that time, it was 2006. There was a huge shortage of nurses in this country, just like kind of right now. And I didn't have to do med surg. My professors really, said you might want to do med surg for a year. But there were job openings in NICU, and I just jumped right in. The fellowship for the program was 6 months. It was an amazing, amazing fellowship. There was classroom learning. There was also hands-on learning. You started out with like the less sick babies and then kind of moved your way up through 6 months. I was so ready to be independent when I was done. And I really just went from there. I stayed in the NICU for about 2 years, and then I kind of got this urge to do some public health. So I took a job in the New York City Office of School Health, and it was an amazing job. I worked in the Lower East Side as a school nurse. I had 1,800 students. I was the only school nurse in the whole building, and I loved it. I loved being able to do classes for the kids. I would do asthma workshops for kids. I would help kids with diabetes. I also did hand washing with the kindergartners. I really loved that job, and I really, really excelled at it. The teachers liked me, the students liked me, and I just got to bond with everybody there, and it was actually a great, great job. I stayed there for about 3 years being an actual school nurse, and then I was promoted to hiring for all 5 boroughs of school nurses, which was a great job. I got to work in corporate office. I got to work with some amazing people that had worked for Department of Health, Office of School Health for 15, 20 years. And then I got pregnant with my daughter. And so at that time, I just didn't want to be working 5 days a week. I had also, while I was a school nurse, finished my bachelor's degree through Stony Brook. And then I was starting my master's degree, and I knew I needed to get some clinical experience. And because I was the recruiter for the Office of School Health, I really was not hands-on at all. I wasn't getting any clinical experience. And I knew that my eventual goal, even as before I graduated as an RN, was to be a nurse practitioner. So at that point, I looked around. I took the first job that I honestly could get because I had been at a clinical practice for about 2 years. And I started working in the Bronx in a NICU. Luckily, they trained me in mother-baby, newborn nursery, NICU, some general peds. I even got to do a little labor and delivery. It was amazing. And I just stayed like that per diem while I had my daughter. And then I just continued to do that until I became a nurse practitioner. Luckily, the first office that hired me as a nurse practitioner was the office that I had done my clinicals in as a pediatric NP for the last year. So they gave me a job, and I worked there for about a year, primary care NP. Primary care pediatric NP. I just did a ton of well visits, vaccines. I'm a big believer in unless you know what a well child looks like, you can't really treat a sick child. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this in my videos, but I had my lifelong dream was to work in pediatric hematology oncology. I had a friend when I was growing up that actually passed away from leukemia, and I was just obsessed with the pathophysiology of it. So I saw a job at a local children's hospital that opened up in pediatric hematology oncology, and I just applied for it, and I ended up getting the job. And I worked there for about 2.5 years as a pediatric NP, doing pediatric hematology oncology. I did osteosarcomas, rhabdomyosarcomas, and it was amazing. I learned so much. Eventually, I did talk about this in one of my other videos. It just got too hard, and a lot of the kids passed away. So I started working in pediatric urgent care, and I simultaneously worked in pediatric urgent care and hematology oncology, either per diem or full-time. I switched those around eventually, and I worked full-time in pediatric urgent care and per diem in pediatric hematology oncology for the last 5 years. I do need to do a video soon about how the pandemic affected me working in pediatric urgent care. It was rough. You know, there were really hard days. So now, today is actually my first day of my new job. Actually, it was July 1st, but I am going to be a professor. I'm so thankful that I was able to get my doctorate, and I'm able to start teaching now full-time. Will I ever give up clinical and working clinical full-time per diem? No, I will never ever do that. So I'm still keeping my per diem jobs in pediatric urgent care and pediatric hematology oncology. Maybe I'll throw in some well care at the local pediatrician's office, which I sometimes work at. But now I'm just moving on to the next part of my career where I get to train the new generation of nurses. So I get to work with undergraduate, graduate, and doctorate students at a very, very well-known college in my area, and I'm just so excited. I'm actually about to go and move all of my stuff into my new office. So I just felt like this was a great time to give you guys a video and give you an update and let you know what's going on, and let you know about my career progress. And you know what? I just want to leave you with this. If you want to do it and you think you can do it in nursing or as an NP, just do it. Try it. See if you love it. You know, that was one of the things that like differentiated me from going to medical school, is that I knew that as a nurse or a nurse practitioner, I could work in any field that I wanted to. You know, in my general area, whether pediatrics or adult, or as an FNP, you can work in any area from babies through geriatrics, which is so amazing. And sometimes you just want to change, and that's okay. That's okay. You can do it, you can learn it, you can be it, and you can thrive in all these different areas. So I'm just so excited for me, and I'm so excited for you guys. And please like and subscribe, and put any comments or questions you have for me below. I will do any videos you want. I'm excited. Take care, guys. Bye.